A warm welcome to everybody. I'm Lieven Bertier and I'm delighted to host today's ClickShare webinar. Over the last weeks, we have been teasing you for some exciting news that was coming up for ClickShare, and today we are very happy to announce 3 novelties that will make meetings more engaging, more collaborative and more productive. I'm joined here today by a huddle of experts, so let's kick off right away and let's start exploring some of the key trends that are shaping today's workspace. Lisbeth, you're Barco's campaign manager, and recently you ran a big research project into the future of work. What were the key findings you came up with?
The research showed that there's 4 key drivers for the digital workplace and the future of work, and those are the workplace, the workspace, the work style, and the workforce. Now, if we look at the workforce, it's of course people working for organizations, and the changing things we see there is the fact that people are the different generations and the different requirements they have in terms of technology. If you look then at the work style, I think there it's very clear people are not working 9 to 5 anymore, but also people are shifting from having a fixed job to having and bringing in a certain skill. If we then look at the workplace, it's the offices where we work, but I think there also there's a growing need for flexibility and mobility. And last but not least, you have the work spaces, which are the spaces within a workplace. And there, of course, you see a very big trend towards the huddle rooms.
Let's explore these a little bit deeper. Evelyn, the changing workforce, what does that mean for organization?
Well, as what has been mentioned before, you will see that the workforce is changing towards younger generations. By 2020, we will have 60% of the people born after 1980. They are used to a very natural way of collaborating. They use Google Docs, they have a lot of contacts on social media, and they expect also to see this in their work environment. Next to that, there is also the rise of the freelancers. In the US, we see that 1/3 of the working population is freelancing. Those people are a lot on the road, and we need technology to be able to communicate with them, to contact them while they are not in the office.
What impact does this have on technology in your point of view?
Technology will need to be user-friendly. Usability is key. The younger generations, they are not used to reading manuals. Everything works right out of the box. It needs to be fluent, interactive, and with a clear user interface. If it's not easy to use, then people will just simply bring their own devices to the office.
Lisbeth, I presume this means people are also changing their view on work as well.
People are no longer working 9 to 5. People don't have a fixed job anymore, but they're starting to bring in a certain skill in a defined team. They work on a certain project with their skill, with all kinds of people with different skills, and then when the project is ended, they just move on to a new project.
Is agile the right word to describe today's workforce?
I think agility is growing in importance, but we have to know that behind agility and the whole hype around it, I think it's important to realize there's a growing need for changing way of collaboration, and that will be the key skill to have for the future. And that's not only for the people working just in executive functions, but also for C-suite. I think it's a growing skill for everyone.
Let's move to the workplace, Xavier. So we've been talking about the gig economy, we've been talking about the rise of the freelancer. Does this mean that people spend less time in the physical office today?
Well, on the contrary. What we see is like people want to work any place, anytime, anywhere. They want to have flexibility. They want to be able to work at night, but also at the day. But they appreciate to work into a physical office. Our research is showing that 76% is willing to work into a physical office, and they interact and collaborate with their colleagues and their peers.
And what impact does that have on the environment in which we work?
Well, for us it means that we do not need any more only structured meeting rooms, but also places where people can easily meet, almost speed meet. They meet each other at a coffee machine, Huddle rooms, for example, where people can easily interact and collaborate together on a subject with a whiteboard, but also with images on a screen. ClickShare is their useful tool.
As Barco's CIO, how high is security on your list of priorities?
Security is keeping me up at night. These days, any IT environment is becoming a hostile environment. Not only people are willing to intrude into a network, to hack, to try to get money, but also to try to find out whether there's intellectual property to steal. So it's very important that the product is secure and that we are sure when any intrusion happens that we are warned about it.
Let's talk a little bit about ROI. Companies, enterprises, when they start investing in the changing workforce, when they start investing in the changing work style of people, how are they rewarded?
It's important to have ROI on the investments we are making. If you talk about meetings and meeting rooms, it's important that the meeting room can immediately be used. If everybody is struggling 10 minutes to start up the meeting, it's at the end of the year quite a lot of money that's being lost. So it's important indirect costs, direct costs, but also it's becoming more and more a competitive advantage. If you have an environment where people can immediately meet, come together, collaborate together, they can be more productive, get quicker to market solutions, collaborate better, and move on to the next step.
Thank you very much for sharing your views on the future of the workplace. Meetings are changing, meetings are playing a key role, so it's time for us to move on. Enough about trends, let's have a look at the new ClickShares that Barco is launching.
In recent years, ClickShare has become synonymous with better meeting collaboration. And now with the launch of the CSE-200 Plus, users can enjoy an even richer way to share content. The new CSE-200 Plus offers an enhanced 4K collaboration canvas. Share content side by side, use touchback, annotate, go creative with blackboarding and save your work with one touch. With extended desktop at your fingertips, you can keep personal applications such as mail hidden from view. No more sharing your desktop. Control how you integrate the CSE-200 Plus into your network. Choose a networked, standalone, or hybrid setup to best suit your workflow. The CSE-200 Plus enables users to share their way. Using their own devices, they can connect securely via Windows wireless display, AirPlay, Google Cast, or via the ClickShare button or new desktop app. You can also use a combination of button and app for a richer collaboration experience. The ClickShare application is easy to deploy across workforce devices. For IT managers, the Experience Management Suite provides seamless management of base units with self-diagnostics and insight on workplace adoption. The CSE-200 Plus is just one of the new products added to the ClickShare range, designed to provide users with the same unified experience from huddle space to boardroom.
Welcome, Michael and Gauthier. In the movie we saw just now, the new CSE-200 Plus got introduced as a collaboration canvas. What is this all about?
In the past couple of years, we've seen a rising importance of the effectiveness of collaboration inside of companies and enterprises. It's a trend that we addressed early on our flagship device, this ClickShare 800, to which we introduced blackboarding and annotation. I'm very happy then to introduce today these same features on the CSE-200 Plus, which also features a beautiful 4K canvas.
What does the plus in CSE-200 Plus stand for?
With the 200 Plus, we're actually bringing everything that you know and that you love from the CSE-200, plus a number of high-value features. Amongst others are the 4K output, an HDMI input, annotation, blackboarding, and of course touchback. We're also bringing a number of network integration features to the device, such as DFS, dual network capabilities, and the ability to connect to a Wi-Fi network.
Now, Michael, we were talking about different work styles in the research. How does this new product accommodate for those changes in the work style that we are observing?
It's really about people collaborating in different ways, depending on generations, their age, on how they want to collaborate. And that's what we really want to cater for. So with our new product, the CSE-200 Plus, you can now walk into just a meeting room, start to annotate, blackboard, and even control your PC from the touch panel. That really caters for interactive and collaborative meetings, basically, with people.
How does this new CSE-200 fit in a corporate environment?
It's really becoming IT focused. You can integrate it into your IT environment and connect it with the client mode of the Wi-Fi. So meaning that you don't have to plug in a network cable to connect it to your corporate environment. Very important, requested a lot as well. And secondly, we also make it manageable throughout the XMS or Enterprise Management Suite, where you can manage all the ClickShares. So if people install this, they can manage their whole fleet of ClickShares.
You did not bring one new product, you actually brought a second new product. Tell us more, Michael.
Huddling is becoming very, very important. People want to get quickly together in a coffee corner, a cozy meeting room, where they just can jump in, share something and collaborate. So that's why we would like to introduce to you the CS-100 Huddle.
Let's have a look.
If you're looking for a better way of sharing content and collaborating seamlessly across your organization, then we have great news for you. Introducing the CS-100 Huddle, the ideal solution for impromptu meetings and unbookable huddle spaces, where content sharing flows more freely and creativity thrives. The CS-100 Huddle gives users the choice to share content via our brand new ClickShare desktop app or the optional ClickShare button. The unit can be integrated into your existing network and workflows, and the ClickShare app can be easily deployed across your entire workforce in line with your governing security policies. What's more, our management suite provides central management of base units in every corner of your office, enriched with self-diagnostics and insight on workspace adoption. Share content, pause presentations, and switch users seamlessly and intuitively from your tablet, phone, or laptop. Users can expect the same unified experience from Huddle to Boardroom. Find your perfect meeting and prepare your business to embrace the future of work.
What makes this new product a perfect match for the Huddle space?
Looking at the enterprise environment, we basically distilled it in 3 different key elements. The first one is it's an experience, and an experience throughout the whole of your enterprise. So whether you're sharing and collaborating in a Huddle space, a large meeting room, or even a boardroom, we want to bring that same ClickShare experience to you. Secondly, it integrates perfectly into your environment, also with the IT standards, giving you network integration and all the capabilities to manage it. And finally, we want you to give the ability to share in your way, so whether it's with a button or with the ClickShare desktop app.
What is this all about?
You can install this, just download it without admin rights and cater it with your computer to share anywhere you want. So you walk into the side of the meeting room, you get a list of the meeting rooms that are close by, just select and start to share. So sharing your way, either button or app.
Does this mean you are moving away from the button with ClickShare?
No, absolutely not. The power is really in the synergy of this. So when you will combine the app and the button, we will even get extra capabilities like extended desktop, pausing sharing, and even later on sharing a specific window. And of course, you have the ability to press still a hardware button if you want to.
Gauthier, I heard you talk about network connectivity. Why is this so important for Huddle spaces?
Well, because there's so many of them. You really don't want to go and run around from meeting room to meeting room to be able to install them, manage them, or update them even. That's why it's very important for this device to be network integrated and to be able to manage it centrally.
Thank you very much.
Find your perfect meeting and prepare your business to embrace the future of work.
Evelyn, why is user experience so important to you and the ClickShare team?
Nowadays, in a lot of companies, you see that people have to remember when going from one meeting to another meeting room how they need to use all the systems. So it's good to have more consistency so that people can just go and walk from one meeting just straight into the other.
We were just discussing the all-new CS-100 Huddle, the brand new CSE-200 In your view, what makes these 2 new products full-blooded ClickShares?
It's exactly that user-friendliness which is typical of ClickShare. We will have a consistent experience throughout all of the meeting rooms, whether you use the button or the app. It will give the same way of working, the same way of sharing content. And of course, like you all know, ClickShare, no training is needed. You don't need to train your employees. They will just find out themselves how to use our systems.
We've heard a lot about this new app. Is that available across the ClickShare product range?
Yes, indeed. It's throughout the whole range, from Huddle space right up until Boardroom.
David, you're one of Barco's security architects. ClickShare was designed with security in mind. Can you tell us a little bit more? How come ClickShare is such a secure product?
Indeed, security is an important component of ClickShare, and it was from the early beginning taken into account. So we executed threat modeling and risk assessment to identify the security controls which are that important in our architecture. For example, communication with device certificates, secure boot, secure upgrade mechanism. And on the other hand, also during the development lifecycle, we implemented several security controls like application security testing, vulnerability management, and that should allow us to put ClickShare in areas, meeting rooms where highly confidential data is shared.
Recently, you and the team celebrated ISO 27000. You received this certification. What does this mean for a product? What does this mean for our customers?
This will allow us to react better on a security breach and limit the impact to the business. And on the other hand, it also shows our commitment to our customers to protect their data and their infrastructure.
From security to cloud, it's a small step. Michael, I understand you also have some exciting news for people who love to centrally manage their fleet of ClickShares.
Well, indeed, as you know, today we have the Experience Management Suite, which you can use within your company to manage all the different ClickShares. We're going to take it one step further. We're going to bring that Experience Management Suite to the cloud. So if you have an XMS-110 today, you will be able to connect it to the cloud and manage your ClickShares across different buildings. And on top of that, we will bring you the analytics and insights so that you really know what value the ClickShares bring in your company.
It sounds like a very busy 2019 for you and the team, Michael. Anything else you have up your sleeve for this year, or have we had it all?
Well, these two product launches were actually just the start of the year. We will have some more exciting news across the year where you will see us coming with multiple updates, also for all our products, of course, like we do every quarter, but also for the ClickShare desktop app where we will add features every time and you will get them through the automatic updates. And even at the end of the year, we will be looking forward to welcome remote collaboration to ClickShare.
Thank you very much for joining today. Thank you very much for watching our webinar, and our chat is now open.